cruise news time, and look, it's 5 days. 5 days until the conditional sell order expires, till it gets chunky like milk, and 5 days until the CDC is out of the cruise business. Wow. And we already got cruise lines maybe making moves, asking questions about vaccines and boosters. Does that mean they're going away? Does that mean that we're getting boosted? Ooh, I don't know. I got some ideas. Cruise news. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news updates. Well, welcome old friends, welcome new friends, and welcome strangers. We are glad to have you at the show, and it is January the 10th, 2022, a Monday, as it were. Anybody have a case of the Mondays? I hope not, because it's a good day. It's a good day for cruise news. I got some very positive cruise news stories for you, and then we're going to slide into this conversation about cruising health protocols. When the CDC is no longer in charge, which protocols will stay, which protocols will go away, and which ones are we excited or not excited about? There's opinions everywhere, and I'm happy to share them with you. So let's do it. Let's jump into the cruise news. Cruise news story number one. Yes, we have another major cruise destination open for business, and we're talking about Hawaii. The very first cruise ship in 2 years made its way into the port of Honolulu yesterday. Of course, we are talking about the Grand Princess, who made her way into Honolulu Harbor yesterday with 2,000 passengers that had boarded in Los Angeles a few days earlier. This story is good. This story is significant. There's a lot of people that have Hawaiian cruises booked in the early part of 2022, and it's been a nail biter. Is cruising going to return to Hawaii? I said it the other day, the best indication of something happening is when something happens. And so we have cruising in Hawaii, and so if you're cruising later to Hawaii, well, this is a good sign. This is a good indication that your cruises will happen. How about that? Are you cruising to Hawaii? Is this exciting? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number two, the prodigal daughter returns home. Okay, maybe it's not that heavy, but the Carnival Horizon, she done broke down. She went to dry dock and she had to get her propulsion system fixed. And so not only did she get her propulsion system fixed, but she also got a new paint job. How about that? Carnival Horizon returning to Miami this month for new cruises with new engine parts, I'm assuming, and a brand new paint job. Do you like this livery? How do you say it? I'm just going to call it a paint job. Do you like this new paint job that Carnival is rolling out across its ships, or do you prefer the old white? I like this new paint job. It's pretty nice. That's exciting. Carnival Horizon returning to service. Now let's transition into the conversation about what happens when the CDC gets out of the cruise business, and which cruise brands are asking about vaccines and boosters, and why are they asking? What does it mean to us? And then I also ran a poll and I asked you some of the same questions that the cruise lines were asking. I'm going to give you the results, but first, let me invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Why subscribe? Some people don't understand what the dealio is. I don't get any money when you subscribe and hit the notification bell, but what we do get is the ability to show you our show as soon as it comes out. And that means a lot with YouTube. If I can tell you right when the show comes out and you watch it, well, that's a better day for Lido Loca. It helps us spread our message, and hopefully it gives you some cruise news earlier than when you would get it later. How about that? That's the value proposition. Welcome to everybody that's new over the last couple of weeks. We're growing by leaps and bounds. You guys are helping us get closer and closer to our yearly goal of hitting 18 million subscribers. I think we will get there. All right, enough of that. Let's move into this conversation. On the 15th of January, the conditional sell order expires. The CDC has already said they're going to let it expire, and they are just going to live in an advisory role when it comes to the cruise business. Now, honestly, the cruise lines have used the CDC a little bit as a boogeyman, the CDC a little bit as a shield. Whether or not that was warranted, that will be played out over time. But now they're going to have to stand behind all of their decisions. And so once they're making their health and safety protocols, they can't point back to the CDC and saying, well, we did it because they said we had to do it. It's bringing up an interesting conversation around vaccines and boosters. A lot of us have the question in our mind, is boosters the next requirement or is it not? And what we found over the last couple of days is there's a couple Carnival cruise brands, Princess and Holland America, they've been sending out surveys asking the customer what they should do when it comes to vaccine and boosters, or what you're comfortable with, or how you feel about it. And the questions are pretty simple. For example, 3 questions on the Holland America survey. Question 1, are you vaccinated? Question 2, have you received a booster? And question 3, would you prefer all guests to be vaccinated and boosted? Why do you think they're asking these specific questions? For me, it can swing 2 ways. I think if enough people answer that they're not vaccinated, or they answer no, that they don't want cruises to be vaccinated and boosted, maybe you get to a scenario where they remove the vaccine requirement. But realistically, I think that it's more trying to determine whether or not they should require a booster. I think that's the core question. Now, I was curious as to what you thought about these almost same questions, so I ran a poll over on the community tab at the Lido Loca YouTube homepage. Here's the question I ask over there. What approach do you hope the cruise lines take toward vaccines and boosters after the CDC is no longer involved in cruising? The options: I hope cruise lines require a vaccine, just a vaccine. I hope cruise lines require vaccines and a booster. I hope there isn't a vaccine requirement. Those were the options I put on my poll, and here's the results. 58% of the 5,700 people answering, they said that they would like to see vaccines and boosters on cruise ships. 17% okay with just the vaccine, no booster requirement, and 25% said we hope that there is no vaccine requirement. And I just want to say that I've run this similar poll in the past about vaccines, and it used to be about an 80-20 split. So the no vaccine has increased a little bit, the support for no vaccine. So it's going to be interesting to me to see what Princess and Holland America do with this. It's going to be interesting to see the cruising protocols going forward. Certainly we're still dealing with Omicron, but many indicators suggest that 4 to 6 weeks from now we may be in a completely different situation where cruise lines may be evaluating which health protocols to keep or to remove on cruise ships. And look, I have to ask a favor. I really could use your participation today, because I do believe that possibly people that work for cruise lines, they look at the show, they look at your comments, and if they are really looking for feedback from cruisers, please join in the conversation today. But let's end the show with this simple kind of question. Where are you at when it comes to this? The 4 major protocols: vaccine, booster, pre-cruise testing, masking on board, social distancing. Which ones of those would you like to see go away the quickest? Which one of those could you live with? Which one of those would you like to see go away? Or would you like none of them to go away? Would you like cruising to continue to be where it's at protocol-wise? Interesting question. Leave a comment below. Boom, that's your cruise news. Hey, thank you so much for checking out the show today. I hope you liked it. Hope you got some value out of it. If you did, you can indicate that by hitting the like button. If you didn't like it or you hate me, you can hit the dislike button. But let me tell you this. If you do not hit the like button, there is a punishment. And the punishment for today is that if you do not hit the like button, you will forget that you left a Publix rotisserie chicken in the back of your car. And you will remember that 24 hours later when you go get in your car, and the wonderful cherry smell that you shot under your seats at the car wash will be replaced or infused with a day-old mojo rotisserie chicken from Publix. It's a cherry rotisserie mess. It don't smell good. I'm just saying. It's a tough ride to the coffee shop. I don't know. I'm saying for a friend. Hit the like button or you'll get punished. This is Tony for Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye.